Yo, YouTube, what's up, man? Gonna go over a couple things here with y'all real quick. Some of the shit, I swear, man, it's like, it's almost like they are, they're not, the way they do their lives and shit, like, it's getting to the point where they do it in, like, a way to where it fools 95% of the population, but really insults the rest of us, right? Like, okay. Now, we know how brainwashing works, right? One of the things that come along with brainwashing is, repetitive stuff. So, Russia's been in the media a lot lately. And their latest thing is the most asinine shit I ever heard in my life. I'm sorry, I got this itchy bag here. How Russia, through the internet, can influence our election in America. Is that the dumbest shit you ever fucking heard in your life? Anybody can get online and say anything they want. You know what I'm saying? That's the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. But you're always hearing this shit about Russia. Russia's the bad guys, right? So what do you know? Next thing you know, Russia, we're going to allow you to compete in the Olympics, right? But if you win, you can't sing your national anthem. You'll get the Olympic anthem. Russia, the bad guys, right? So next thing you hear, what do you hear? They get caught cheating at the Olympics. Again. Now, this is the most funniest shit you guys are ever going to fucking hear. Sports enhancement drugs, right? They getting busted using sports enhancement drugs. Well, you know what the athlete plays? You know what sport he plays that got busted? Curling. I mean, why the fuck would anybody have to take a sports enhancement drug to play curling, Fucking 600-pound lard can fucking, play at curling and win. Fucking, So look at this shit, man. Does that even make sense that someone would take a sports enhancement drugs to curl? That don't even fucking make sense. But it's all about, Russia, the bad guys, the cheaters. You know what I'm saying? What else do we got going on with this shooting shit? I already see what they're doing. You see all these kids fucking protesting. And, it's the same thing as the shooting. This shit's staged, All they gotta do is fucking go into a school and say, hey, guys, how would you like to help the police department out with their training? We would like you guys to come out here and pretend to be protesters so we can do some training exercises, right? Right, whatever. It's that simple. But if you guys follow me and you go back into some of my videos, what have I always said about the whole gun confiscation thing? Like I said, ain't nobody gonna do shit. I said, they don't have to take your guns. They'll just create the condition to where you'll give your gun over to them voluntarily, So what do you guys notice here? This is how they, used, and this is where they use the hive. You see how the hive operates, especially this, with social media, the social media hive, We'll look at that ice water challenge thing. How quick it starts, how quick starts trending in the hive. The hot chip challenge. Everybody wants to do it, And it ain't about, at the end of the day, it ain't about the challenge. It's about look at me. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. So you got all these people. What do you get? What other things starts trending on YouTube? Well, this is how they're going to use it, and you can see them doing it right now. They showed on the news. I'm not bullshitting you. They showed on the news more than one person who posted a YouTube video. Now, these just weren't regular people. These were NRA members, the hardcore pry my gun from my dead hand, motherfucker type of guys, right? Had the right to bear arms tattoo and everything. Turning over his AR-15 to the police, saying this is enough. The weapons the gun's got to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to do. They're gonna try to start getting this shit trending, just like when that fucking what's that fucking spook that fucking keeps kneeling for the flag, and everybody was so fucking pissed off about it. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking ooh 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 ooh, where they started burning their fucking NFL fan gear. Remember how that started trending on YouTube right after Colin, oh God, I can't always remember his name. Colin Kaepernick, I think his name is. You know, another shill, you know, Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? These people don't understand. They think he's a hero. We all know he's there to exploit his own people, right? But, yeah, so that started trending too. All these fucking people burning, just, you know, let me tell you, you know, I'm not into it. I was into baseball cards and collecting baseball fan shit when I was real young, but, you know, being a sports fan's not cheap, you know what I'm saying? Especially you're into the memorabilia and stuff like that. So you got these people burning, you know, whatever, hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of their sports gear. So now next thing you see the hardcore gun rights guy giving up his right to bear arms and turning his firearm in. They're hoping, and that's what they're hoping to do. They're hoping to try the hive. They'll get a bunch of people on YouTube saying, "Oh, look at me! I'm going to do it too." You know, I'm going to push and let the world see that I turned my gun in. We'll see what happens with it. You know, but you know. We can see what's happening. You know what's happening before it happens, guys. Don't bullshit yourselves, you know. They showing the protesters, the one kid really stressed in his speech protesting how he would give up every one of his rights to save another kid, you know. So that's where it's going, guys. You're seeing it happen, unfold all right before our eyes. A certain amount of people, they'll jump in, you know. They're hive, they're matrix, hive matrix. You know what I'm saying? They'll follow suit, turn in their gun or whatever, and post YouTube videos of them doing the right thing, and then you know, you got the fucking militia motherfuckers. They ain't giving their shit up. I'll tell you that right now. But they're too stupid anyway. You know, they're gonna lose. You know, and unfortunately, guys, it's set up for everybody to lose. You know, even the police are going to lose. You know, it's only a matter of time. You know, those guys don't realize, you know, and the problem with them is you know, the arrogance. They're just now starting to convict these cops of some of their brutal behavior. But that's, you know, that's all about, you know, managing the matrix and the hive. You know, you got to give a little, right? These dumb motherfuckers, they don't even understand, man. I mean, you know, when you really break it down and start thinking of things in simple terms, I mean, how does that work? Someone else lets me know that I'm going to be free now, right? And you know what? One of the laws that we're going to create just for you, because you're free, is if you have a problem with anything we're doing, we're going to let you speak up about it and protest. But it's got to be in a non-violent and peaceful manner. Fucking dumb motherfuckers. So what does that ultimately mean? You know, as long as you don't do nothing about it, you can say anything you want. As long as you don't do nothing about it, we don't care. Say anything you want. That's what they're telling you. These guys don't have an ear for our mouths. You know what I'm saying? That's why they created these laws, that you can say what you want in a peaceful manner. Fucking dumbasses. It's so fucking. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I mean, I don't know, man. Is it funny? It's not funny, but you have to laugh at it, right? Like, what else can you do? Like I said, man, there's plenty of us that are willing, and know what to do. But we've come too far, We already know you can't do nothing, You know, build up your retirement with God. That's what you can do. That's all you can do, man. Yeah, so I don't know what we're expecting to see here in the new future. Definitely something involving Russia. They're always out there trying to make them look like the bad guys, and it's all just bullshit. Putin's another fucking Freemason. So we gotta think always, man. Is when we look at the world, man, just look at the world. We got people, man. Who cares? What color and stuff like that. That's all part of their tool, to fucking manipulate us and play us against each other. I don't know, man. Sometimes sometimes you feel like you don't belong here, but you know what someone did a video not too long ago, helping someone out that was talking about, possible suicide and shit like that. I'll tell you what, man, I've been there, man. Believe me. And, and the feeling that you don't belong here. And you know what? I really had to think about that because I got that feeling too. And you know what? Don't think like that. You do belong here. You're the one that belongs here. You're the one that is right. It's everybody else that don't belong. And believe me, when it comes down to that, you know what I'm saying? You've seen what God has done throughout history, from the times of Noah to the times of Lot and to the times that are coming now too, The majority of the people, the ones that don't belong here, are going to be snuffed out, You guys read the book of Enoch, man. Do you guys have to do that? That's what you need to do next, you know what I'm saying? Get on YouTube, get one of the audio books where you can read it and listen to it at the same time. I think that really helps to drive information into your brain, to actually read along with it while they're doing the audio book or whatever. But that goes deep into the punishments and what's going to happen here. You know what I'm saying? Enoch was Noah's grandfather, One of the books that were left out of the Bible, Remember that, you guys, what you're studying the scriptures, that the Bible was created, it's created by man, the Jesuits, And, although there's lots of truth in that Bible, we got to remember that, a lot of it was left out. And then you got to be careful. Look at how many different versions of it there are and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind during your studies, But there's a lot of information they didn't want in there, When you read the book of Enoch and he gives you the description of the earth, well, no wonder why they didn't want it in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They would never have been able to pull that shit off with the with the whole globe, the sphere earth. Book of Enoch would have destroyed that if they would have let that in the Bible. And it'll even show you, once you read the description of the flat earth in the book of Enoch, even all these fucking flat earth models that are out here, that just tells you right there how much the scripture reveals everything. That's the glory and the beauty of God, man. It reveals the truth of everything, So now you got this flat earth movement, and you see all these flat earth models and maps, and then you read what God says the earth is or not. It's not that. I can tell you that right now. It's awesome though too when he describes it. Unfortunately, that Lord Stephen Christ or whatever, his flat earth, the model of the flat earth he gives, the concave earth or whatever, that's probably more actually the description in the book of Enoch than any of the other ones, even though that guy's a fucking quack, you know what I'm saying? But that's how these, we know how these shows work, You give enough truth to keep people trapped up and keep them away from, salvation and really knowing who God is and really reaching that level of being a champion of God, man. Because to be a champion of God is to be like Adam before sin. You know what I'm saying? Where you can find that level of emotion to where only love is your only emotion anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was before Adam sinned. In the Garden of Eden, and that's how heaven is too. There's only one emotion in heaven, and that's love. All the other emotions don't even exist. They didn't even exist for man until after Adam sinned. You know what I'm saying? I already know what happened in the garden. I can only imagine what happened in the Garden of Eden, And this is be a lesson to learn to you guys and why a man has to have authority over his woman, man, because Satan knew he couldn't trick Adam. God walked with Adam, you know what I'm saying, in the garden, spoke with Adam, He knew God, he knew the laws, he knew what was required. So what'd he do? He went at the woman, She's naive, easy to manipulate and deceive. So, Adam's doing whatever. Eve's like, hey, Adam, I'm going to go out and get whatever, something to eat, Well, while she was out, here comes Satan along and deceives her. So now she knows these, knowledge and wisdom, and she's got these emotions now. Greed, jealousy, lust, hate, anger, all these other things. And the first thing she does is she walks up to Adam, trying to be all seductive, rubbing on his shit, right? Oh yeah, I already know how it went down. And you see that nowadays too, it really bothers me, man, when I see it. I don't blame it on the man or the woman, man, either one of them, but I go out and see how people are operating, especially in their relationships, and it's just so unhealthy, very unhealthy. I'm talking to my mom's friend, and guys that grew up across the street from me, their mom, and she was talking, about where they went wrong and where her generation went wrong as parents. And she said, I remember when I was a kid, my mom and dad weren't my friend, And she's like, my generation, me and your mom, we thought that we were doing the right thing by giving you guys and making you happy and giving you the things that you wanted, because that wasn't done for us. And now that we're older, we can see the effect it's had, and we realized it was wrong to do. That's a hard thing to say and admit, you know what I'm saying? But that's real people, you know what I'm saying? Real people, when you can look and see the truth and accept it for what it is, because, that's why I've always loved the truth, good or bad. At least I know what I'm dealing with, and now I can make a decision of how I want to handle it, right? But yeah, you see that shit, man. wanting to make the kid, doing what makes the kid happy and not giving them what they need to prosper and, and accomplish their own personal goals in life. When they come in as an adult, they're destroying them before you even have a chance to get started. And that's just the parents that are good people that think they're doing the right thing. Think about the fucking kids coming up that are locked in the closet for 3 or 4 hours while mom and dad go out for the night, Shit. And then they're becoming a cop when they get older, right? Fuck, man. Yeah, but that's it, guys. I ain't got much more to say, I guess. I just wanted to keep you guys up on that Russian shit, man, because that's the dumbest fucking thing. Two of the dumbest fucking things I've heard lately is, one, that they can influence our elections by posting shit online, right? And then two, that, the curler had to take the fucking steroids so he could be a better curler. Oh, fuck, man. That is the dumbest shit, man. I mean, you guys are familiar with curling, right? The sport where, they got that fucking... I don't know how much it weighs. I imagine it's pretty heavy. It looks like it's pretty heavy, but they got that big-ass thing that they slide across the ice, and they got the bullseye downrange, on the ground, that they got to get it in the middle or knock the other guy's shit out. Yeah. That curling, man, it gets tough. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk a full 3 steps and throw that thing, slide it on the ice, It's tough, man. What can you say, Maybe sports enhancement drugs can, enhance your performance of curling. I don't know. What the fuck do I know, right? Who the fuck am I? I've never done it before. Disclaimer. So I can't say, maybe it gave him an edge. But don't be too heartbroken or butthurt when the fucking 600-pound fat ass comes and beats you while you're on sports enhancement drugs. Alright, I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with the way I think, right? I don't know, you guys. It's coming down to it, I don't know, y'all. I don't own an AR-15, But if I did, I sure as hell wouldn't fucking give it away. You know what I'm saying? Under any circumstances. And even the whole idea of banning guns. I mean, it's just so asinine. I mean, there's so many guns. Let me give you an example. Why don't you just go look and see how many AR-15s were purchased in 2017? 2017 alone. Let's not talk about since that gun was created, you know what I'm saying, and during the Vietnam era. You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about how long it's been around. Just look last year and see how many AR-15s were purchased. And they're talking about getting rid of guns. That's just one gun. That's an AR-15. We're not going to talk about the other thousands of guns that are out there. I messed up. I didn't know the things that I know now. Back in the day, I bought the Russian SKS, man, when they first started coming over here on the surplus market over, I bought it at the gun show for fucking $90, you know what I'm saying? Those guns go for $400 all day long now. I didn't know back then, That's something for you guys to think about too, Anytime you can come across some ammunition that's cheap. I mean, not even if you're interested, even if you don't have a gun that shoots it or whatever. If it's cheap, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? That shit's like gold. You know what I'm saying? Better than gold. Trust me. All these guys that want to hoard gold, don't worry me. That's wrong as long as the matrix is functioning. But once the matrix stops functioning, those bullets are worth more than gold, man. Because you know what? You'll be melting those gold down to make bullets with it. Trust that. It wouldn't be the first time either, man. Until man started giving value to things, I imagine that's what would have done some of the indigenous tribes and stuff like that, They let that shit down, man. And not only that, I don't know about it too much, but you start talking to these guys that are really into this fallen angel shit, they start getting into talking about certain stuff, like when you want to fight these things, you know what I'm saying? It requires certain stuff, they're talking about, large solid copper arrowheads, or solid copper bullets. I don't know what it is, the density, all this shit goes, you go back to the satanic into the occult, and you see stuff like vampires and garlic or werewolves and silver bullets, and that's where all this shit derives from, I can't say if there's any truth behind it or not, but it wouldn't surprise me, you know what I'm saying? That there might be a way. Unless you're a champion of God, If you're a champion of God, then all it takes is a fucking sling and a rock, right? That tells you right there, man. look at the men in the world, they need this, they need that, they need this, they need that. When Goliath, everybody was scared. Nobody wanted to challenge him. And I don't even know if it's true or not, but if you guys want to look into it, there's a situation where over in Afghanistan, they came, one of those caves had a Nephilim in them. And you should listen to the guys talk about what happened, you know what I'm saying? And not only the guys that talk about that was there, but the guys that ended up transporting it and everything, I can't say whether it really happened or not, but it wouldn't surprise me because it's one of those things where, you hear stories about Bigfoot. I mean, it's one thing, man, but when you get so many eyewitness accounts of something, you know what I'm saying? You have to wonder what's happening, right? And that's the only thing I can think, we're not the only human beings ain't the only thing here on earth, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know about Bigfoots and stuff like that, but I've had some experience with the demons, you know what I'm saying? Some first-hand experiences with demons, so I know that we're definitely not here alone. I've never really went too deep into how these things can manifest themselves, you know what I'm saying? We know that, people can be possessed by these spirits, we see it in Hollywood, in the music industry and stuff like that, even people, you know what I'm saying, on a everyday basis, me and you and everybody, we all deal with this, and a lot of times we don't even know, there's a lot of outside influences in our lives, spiritually. That's why it's important, things like keeping a clean house, no symbolism or statues or idols and shit like that. The TV is one of the worst idols that there is, You guys think about that one whole room in your domicile is set up and designed and all focused around that one item, you know? Things we don't think about, right? Because we're not supposed to. Well, I don't know. It's getting on a half hour here, you guys. I can go on, you know, forever and ever and ever. You guys, keep your eye on the crypto. You guys definitely want to get into that. Don't miss out on it. It'll help you out a little bit, you know, maneuvering through the matrix to get a head start on shit that's coming, right? You guys don't have to believe what I say, but like I said, go back to my previous videos where I said they'll create the conditions where people will want to give their guns away. And what did I just say? They're starting to show on YouTube hardcore gun rights people giving their guns up for the cause, the good of everybody, right? I don't think so. Alright, you guys have a great day. God bless you.